Borough fans, hello and welcome back to season 7 on the Stevenage Football Club podcast. As you can see in the title, episode 46. And guys, it's happening. Our team are in the League One playoff race in the most important season. And I'm kicking us off with it, mate. We are in the race. So we are in the race. We are in the race, so we are in the race. We are in the race, so we are in the race. Come on. Oh, boys, I'm so happy. By the way, just picture this. Win Tuesday, we go 5th place with 11 matches to play. What a team.
Who's allowed that to
What a
happen?
team.
Who has allowed that to happen?
Unreal, by the way. Unreal. I can't do you know what? Isn't it great? If someone would have said at the start of the season, in Spain, when the team, when the fixtures come out, when the team started the preparations in training, right? That with 12 games to play, we would have 54 points, we'd be a point off, a win off 5th, and we'd be in the League One playoff race. I would have cried.
A win Tuesday equals last season's tally, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, it puts us up around it. No doubt. It's unbelievable to think 12 games to play. We are in the League One playoff race. I'm so happy, boys. God, the boys. I love them. Bro fans, if you are tuning in on YouTube, a massive hello to all of you. Make sure to give us a follow and a like and a subscribe. And if you are listening on all the audibles, again, make sure to give us a follow and a like. That would be much appreciated. Again, my voice is still, I say my voice is recovering. It did recover, and then we had that unbelievable win on Saturday, and then I've lost my voice again. So apologies to everyone listening if my voice does go. I'll try my best. Boys, I was going to ask, how are we? But boys, I am so happy. I'm so happy. How are you, boys?
Go on, Anne.
I've run out of words to describe you now, Farley.
And do you hear that? Ole, ole, ole.
How did I know?
Harvey White, white, white. Harvey White, white, white.
Made some observations where he's not been very good. Suddenly everyone goes, "Oh, you've got an agenda." No. I go to watch.
Is he on the back of your shirt? Is he on the back of your shirt?
He's not, funny enough. No. No, if I was to go for a player, I would go for
the Bears.
Probably Freestone or Dan Phillips.
The Bears came on, did really well in the corner flag.
I think that was more Phillips holding off 2 players, and the Bears was there.
It was, but the Bears helped. He's supported. It was like the co-pilot in that situation.
This sounds ridiculous to say it. That's the first time I've seen Dan Phillips do that live.
Really? It's good, isn't it? It's good. It is good.
The Bears was doing it as well, wasn't he? They're both at it.
They were.
I like the fact Phillips got pushed to the floor and still with 2 players on him managed to get back up. I mean, that's ridiculous. That is just stupid. Oh, I don't go to the gym. Rubbish.
By the way, do you know what I find mad? Right? What a team. What a season. The past 24 hours, we've been talking about booking the Premier in for Wembley. I mean, what are we doing having these conversations?
Let's be honest. There's not a we. It's just solely you spouting shite in group chats about it.
Well, yeah, that's true. I want you boys to be honest. One question. I know my answer. I know my answer. Are we making the League One playoffs?
Yeah, I reckon we are. I reckon, honestly, at the moment, we're the only team that we're going to be in it. Probably alongside Reading, but with the games in hand we've got, I think.
Surely,
I think it's us, to be honest.
Surely we have to be the favourites to make it. If there were odds,
win on Tuesday. I think win on Tuesday. You go, yeah,
right. Definitely. I'm not being funny. Say we beat Orient and Wimbledon, and we're sitting 60 points into the final 10. Surely we are like I made a point to you boys off, and I just really want to set on here because I really think it's valid. Like, we know what we created in the summer. We created that top half League One team. We know we belong in that top six. Like, you don't do the things that we've done. Like, you don't win 8 in 10. You don't sit top of the league on the 25th of November, not August or September, even October, November. Like, you don't do those things if you're not a top team. You don't beat the teams we've beaten. You don't play the way that we've played against teams and pick up points. Like, we know we belong there. It's just we've missed a level of personnel with Jamie Reid in the final third with goals. That's why we haven't stayed there. But now we have that, you're starting to see us get back to that level. Is there actually an opportunity where we don't just make the playoffs, but we go and finish like 4th? Don't know. I think it's a possibility.
I mean, it's completely different, isn't it? Because I think it's really unique because we're finally seeing at the back end of the season us putting results together and us putting. I mean, we're not even drawing games at the moment, are we? We're winning games, and that's amazing to, especially back off that
the season, wasn't it?
Exactly. And I mean, you normally think, oh, under Evans we did it. You go, okay, 8 in 10 games. You go, yeah, we've done that before, but we've never replicated it. Later on in the season. Now we're doing that, and it's like, okay, we're losing a game, but then we're going and responding with 2 wins, and it's like that's what it is. It's 1 step back, 2 steps forward, and now for me at the moment, I love it because I think a main problem for us has been inconsistency, hasn't it? Really, and a lot of people have been wound up about that we've been going away and losing games, but been so supreme and unbeatable seemingly at home. I think that these last few weeks, especially, have kind of switched everyone's view to we're not focusing on short term. We're kind of looking at the end goal now. We're looking at the long term, and we're actually all looking back at our season and going, it's been a brilliant season. We've just had 2 incredible spells that have been sandwiched over a huge, really torrid spell, hasn't it, really? And that's been the story of our season.
Do you know what I love, right? Like, this season was like the start of a new journey to become a top half League One team. And what a season we've had to, cement that. Like we haven't just, become a top half League One team. Like, we haven't just become a top half League One team and finished 11th or 10th. Like, we've become a top half League One team and are in the playoff race. And then next season, we're there. Like, that's the level. That's the bar. We want to be there again. Do you know what I mean?
In March, you don't find 4 wins from your last 5 if you're not a top team.
Oh, 100%.
Because that's so hard to do. Especially when you're fighting for positions, you're fighting for places. And especially, I think it's incredible to point out the fact that the league's so unpredictable. You've got so many teams vying for certain places. It's not like we're kind of 5 points ahead of the team below. We're competing for the playoff places with 3, 4, 5 teams.
Yeah.
And to still, under that pressure, be performing now away from home as well, not just at home, because I think this win we're just going to talk about is huge to eradicate all that away form we've had, because it's that Stevenage performance away from home where we grind. We don't necessarily play the best football. We just get that goal and grind out the result through defensive solidity. And that's what we do. Every player's got a role. Again, I think we said this last week, that we play best when every single player is contributing in their own role, in their own way. And you could go, yeah, I'll pick 11 man of the matches. And that's how we roll. That's how we do it. And that's how we win games. So the fact that we can be doing that at home, where we've been supreme, we've been absolutely unbelievable in recent time, to now switch it and go, yeah, we can go away to Burton, who have been really good at home. They beat Stockport 3-0, didn't they? So to go away from home and pick off a result like that, I know we didn't play well, but if you're a top team, you win games without playing well. And that's a huge thing to have if you want to go up.
I think as well, like, the thing that we forget is, again, in the summer when we, created this top half League One team, the players that we have, a lot of these players have only ever experienced this in their career, right? And it's like, a lot of these players that we have for other sides in League One have experienced having to win games in a certain period of the season to make the playoffs or get promoted. So it's not a case of we've got this team right and they've never been at this level before and they're winning. All of these players, even the original players 2 years ago, were up in the top 9. Do you know what I mean? Our squad is a squad of players that in their careers have only ever been in the position that they're in currently and go on to get promoted or make playoffs. And I think you saw that with the win against Burton. The way they managed it, the way they won the game, they got through the game. And I think, look, boys, it's going to be a really exciting last 12 matches. What a running. And we've got, I said this to you boys last week, favourable games. It's not like we're sitting here and going, oh my God, we've got to play. We've only got to play 4 top teams. 4. That's it. From 12. I know Plymouth will be a tough game now, but 4 real top teams, that's it. We're playing all the mid-table to bottom. But
isn't it great to think that he's also consolidated that starting 11? We now know that starting 11.
Yeah, and he's got it every single game, same system as well.
That cohesion in the 3-5-2 is what is winning us games. It's that familiarity in the system that we need, and we've lacked, especially away from home. I think because it was that difference. It was home form where we knew the system, we knew what type of performance we needed to win the game, and we did it. And that's simple. And then it was like, okay, we need a completely different away approach, and it's like we don't. We actually don't, because that type of performance we saw at home to Stockport, that second half performance was brilliant. The determination, the grit we showed to win the game. I think that was brilliant. And then you transfer it over to the away performance, and it's like, what fantastic display, especially from 6 back-to-back away losses. I mean, they knew. I think Philip Marshall, I heard, mentioned it in his interview. He was talking about the squad knew what it meant. They knew they had to put in that type of performance. And when the squad delivers like they know they can. Yeah, it's a credit to the squad. It really is, because we've had tough times recently, haven't we?
And let's be honest as well, the real top teams, and this is why you know that we belong there. I mean, we showed it anyway throughout this season. That's why I think this season has been. Do you know what I call it? An unbelievable season. It has. It's been a wonderful season, but it's been a special season. I think that's a great word to you. A special season.
We've learned so much, haven't we?
Yeah, what we've achieved by creating this top League One level squad, we have achieved so much, and we've set the foundations for the next couple of years in this division under this management with this bulk of the squad. That's what we've done. And look, top teams, and when I look at our team, we're a top team. Top teams find a way to start winning games again. And we've done that. And I think that's why when you looked at that win yesterday, that's what a top team would do. Go to Burton, really tough place, and find a way to win a game. And that's what we did. I was going to ask, actually, and just before we get into it, good weekender in Nottingham on the weekend. Very good.
Yeah. Good. It was a good weekender. Plenty of nonsense was spoken, which was good to see. Plenty of mucking around, which is also handy.
Yeah, it was good. Played a bit of darts, had a few drinks.
Yeah. Hit, I think my first 3 darts, it was like 20, triple 20, and then some rogue 14 came out of nowhere. So
and then,
quite happy. And then
me and you teamed up for Paul, took a 2-0 lead, threw it away.
Yeah, that table was a bit dodgy there, wasn't it?
I know, it was a good night though, wasn't it? Nottingham went up.
Yeah.
Stayed the night before, got really, really drunk, and then went and watched the team confirm a League One playoff race spot. It was good. It was good. I'm knackered because I had a party last night and I ain't had much sleep. And oh God, it's like I haven't been able to run today because my body's been so tired. But I'm here because we're in the playoff race. Do you know what I mean? So, should we get into it, boys? Yeah. Let's do it. I'm so happy. We're in the league.
Really?
Playoff race.
I thought you were going to be really, really, really disappointed.
Well, you thought wrong, and let me tell you. Did you think wrong? And you should know better, and shouldn't you, really?
Well, what's this? How many years I've been doing this now? You've not changed. We could have lost We could have drawn 1-1 and you would have been exactly the same.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Fantastic point would have been the
It would
title.
have been.
No, no, no.
Tell you what, though, would bite your arm off for a point against Orange Tuesday.
You're an idiot. You actually are an idiot. They're
Look,
dross.
look, a point could put us joint sixth.
We
But
could get
a win
Wellens
could
sacked if
relegate
we
the Queen.
win.
Oh, yeah, win
We
puts us.
could get Wellens sacked. Do you know how good that would feel?
What, go fifth place with 11 to play and Wellens gets sacked?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be quite good.
Surely every Stevenage fan goes, actually, no, don't set for a point. Go and sack him because he's a bit of a prick.
A bit.
Do you know the way I view it though, right?
Being polite.
Do you know the way I view it? The way I view it is it's a bit of a win-win now, right? Because we know that we're going to achieve our goal of becoming a top League One team, right? But like, if we go on and make the playoffs, brilliant. If we don't, brilliant. We ain't going to waste time in the playoffs and delay the build up, the plans for next season. It's a bit of a win-win in my opinion.
Tuesday is an opportunity that might not come around again, though.
That's a good point. What I think though is I would love us to go on and make it because then you've created that for the following seasons and the seasons after. Do you know what I mean? But equally, if we don't go on to do it, it's like we've had a wonderful season. We've become a top League One team. We've become a top League One team, which was the goal. So I think it's a bit of a win-win. But we have got an opportunity to do it. That's it. That's the thing. And you've got to live, haven't you?
And they are dross.
Yeah, they are poor. They are poor. You'd like to think, I think Wimbledon will be a bit more difficult, but Tuesday night, yeah, win that. Yeah, 3 wins in a row, by the way, that would be. I think the last time this season it was when we played them last, wasn't it? Was it Exeter, Orient, and then Luton?
But it will be 5 wins from 6. Imagine that.
That's a lot. 6 wins in 9. Racking them up, boys. Racking them up. Okay, we will get into it. Yesterday, we played our 34th League One match of the most important season, the 2025/26 season, away at Burton Albion. A great opportunity for the team to get another win on the board back-to-back and put us in touching distance of the League One playoff spots. It would have been our first away win since that season-defining win at Stockport, the 3-1, back in December before Christmas. And we did win 1-0, courtesy of big goal Reedy, scoring the only goal of the game in the 44th minute. The game ended 1-0, putting us in 8th place with 54 points. Wow, that is unbelievable. 54 points with 12 to play. Our 6th away win. What a win it was yesterday. What a performance. And we're going to go through it right now. The lineup was very similar to what we've seen over the past 3 to 4 weeks. Alex Ravel stuck with that notorious 3-5-2, which we've been deploying as our new system to get us back playing that, top League One level. And it was an unchanged side. We had Philip Marshall in between the sticks, Jasper Patterson at right wing back with Luther, Goody, Pidge, and then Saxon on the other side at left wing back. Harvey White, Louis Thompson in the middle together with Dan Phillips in the 10, and leading the lineup were Matty Phillips and Jamie Reid. On the bench, Tarasby Hammond, Lewis Freestone, Jordan Houghton, Dan Kemp, the Bez, Jordan Roberts, and the Sween Dog, Dan Sweeney. The match statistics for our huge 1-0 win away at Burton yesterday. We had 41% possession in the match. We had 10 shots with 6 on target, 13 touches in Burton's box. We had 38 aerial duels, 1 with 5 corners. Some of the distribution stats, we made 303 passes with a 62% pass accuracy. We had 55 backward passes, 159 forward passes, 78 long balls, 70 successful final third passes with 11 crosses in the match. There were 4 yellow cards in the whole game, with us receiving 3 of those cards. Well, boys, it was a huge win yesterday. So proud of it for many reasons. I think for me, it was such a solid performance. And we knew that really the game yesterday was going to be quite a dogged, ugly game. And I think Alex Ravel said that in his interview, those first kind of 30 minutes, it was a bit of a battling game. Not much was going on, although we did create a couple of really good chances actually in that first kind of 15-minute period. But it was a real kind of tepid, ugly type of game. But what I loved about it was we got the goal, got ahead in the game. But for me, the way that we managed the game in the second half, I thought was brilliant. Really, Burton didn't have a sniff for 40 minutes. I thought the professionalism, the way that we battled, we got behind the ball, again, I say managed it, really managed the game brilliantly in terms of the players. Thought Revs made really key, big substitutions as well that really worked. I thought Jordan Roberts come off and, did really well coming on. I thought the Bez put in a shift as well. It was a proper team performance, and one that was so big because to win that game, you look now and you see back-to-back wins, 4 wins in 5, 6 wins in 9, and we're putting together form at a key part of the season for us to get back into that top 6. But what a big win. It was fantastic, and what a team performance. Who wants to take it first?
Go on, Ant. Go on, Ant.
Yeah, it was not one for the neutrals, was it? It was a bit of a turgid game for the first 35 minutes. I think both teams struggled to get a foothold in the game. There wasn't anyone that really got the game by the scruff of the neck and dictated how we wanted it to go. It was scrappy, and then a bit of moment of excellence and dominance from Carl Pigiani.
He was
Finds a good
brilliant, by the
ball
way.
to
He was brilliant.
best performance for months.
It's his type of game, isn't it? Really?
That was a proper Cole Pigiani performance. It was.
Stepped in, won the ball, finds Dan Phillips, and then it's funny that Jamie Reed's scoring goals now, isn't it?
Well, we
I
said
wonder why.
get him in a partnership with the right personnel. Reedy, I mean, saying that, Reedy now, he's got is it like 4 goals in 7 or something like that? He's
11 now, isn't it?
Yeah, 11 overall. He's back scoring regularly.
It was what I liked about it was Matt Phillips had the intelligence to go the other way opposite to Reedy to try and to drag the defender and the midfielder, because obviously he's more of a presence with his stature. And then it allowed Reedy more time to compose himself, cut inside and get the finish off. I just thought that whole play was brilliant. I thought I mean, the midfield was excellent. Dogged won their battles. Louis Thompson, Harvey White was again Harvey White, best he's played for a 90 minutes. That's the best 90 minutes he's played for a good few weeks. And I'll sit here and compliment on it because I thought he was excellent. He won the ball. He made good passes. He was having battles. He was winning battles. And Burton aren't going to be those teams where they're just going to sit and have the ball. They're going to be in your face and rough and ready. And Harvey White stepped up.
I'll tell you what I've noticed about you, Anne. You really do love Harvey White, don't you?
He does, doesn't he? He really loves
every episode
he's got him on the back of his shirt. He loves him.
No. I go. Let's clarify this, right? I go because I love the team and I love the club. I'll make an observation whether someone's had good games or bad games, like I'm doing now. And that's all it is. And I've just made a few observations. Everyone's jumped on the bandwagon of it.
Harvey,
for God's sake.
Harvey,
Farley, pack it in.
Ole, ole. I'm joking. Sorry, I'm pulling your leg. Go on. Sorry.
But it worked really well. I think if we were to sit here and be critical, I think should we have won by more than 1 goal? Maybe. I think Luther had one in the first half that skimmed the bar. Um, Matt Phillips had that one-on-one that really, and he'll know himself, and he'll probably be kicking himself that he probably should have done better with. The Harvey White free kick was pretty good. Maybe if it goes top corner rather than bottom corner, that might sneak in. Because I'll be honest, my heart couldn't take the last 5 to 10 minutes. So that free kick at the end, I wasn't able to watch. So I
Yeah.
was waiting for it to hit the top bracket, and I was like, oh.
Tell you what I did love. I tell you what I absolutely love, because you're right, that 5 minute period at the end. But I thought we did so well to come through that. And that's what I talk about. I called it a real managing performance yesterday, because the way that the team managed the game and got through it, won their battles, got behind the ball, worked hard, did all those ugly things so well. It won us the game. But I absolutely loved the Bez's tackle with 30 seconds to go out wide. I don't know if you can remember it. Ball went out. We just needed someone just to stop the play. Flies in like ankle breaking challenge, just wipes him out. Do you know what? I absolutely love Beryl Laballa. I think he is amazing. I was watching those videos last night at the party of the team celebrating. Mate, he loves this team, Bez. He's in the smiles, the fist bumps. I love him. I'm sticking my neck out of the line for the Bez. I think he's brilliant.
I can't wait to see him lifting it at Wembley.
Oh, stop it. Mate, he'll score the winner as well. You watch. That would be.
But it'll be one of those goals that just trickles over the line, like the most ridiculous goal.
He'll score it, and he'll just do this celebration of jazz hands face, like that.
Jazz hands.
Runs away.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Oh, this takes over from Cristiano.
Oh, no.
He would.
Jazz hands.
Yeah. He would. He'll score the winner. Jazz hand. Right, you've got Banfield running down the touchline, Beresford on his knees, and then you've got
not Beresford.
Sliding. Right, and the Bez is like stood like on his knees in the corner praying to God as he just gets bundled over in the 95th minute. Jake Tong, hands on his head from
the link in the bottom.
Yeah. Hands on head from the other viewing of the other part of the stadium, like that in I don't know, in Bradford's End or something like that, just like that. Be unreal.
God's sake! Shall we actually let's
yeah, where were we? Sorry, where were we? Oh, Bez's tackle. That was it.
Let's just bypass
yeah.
the whole game and go to when the keepers came out to warm up. Marlon runs onto the pitch. Farley goes, "Go on, Marlon," at the top of his voice. Beresford turns round, gives a little cheeky smile and a shoulder wiggle and runs off.
Did happen. That did.
And then I texted you because me and Jake went to the Mackies to use the facilities. Not sure whether they've recovered or not, but
Use the facilities at Mackey's. What? Sorry.
The toilets.
What, went in there for a quick gym pump, did you add?
No, just went to use the toilet.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I get a photo. So I sent you a text saying the squad are on their way down now. I get a photo of Marlon Beresford getting off the coach.
Yeah. I wonder, because when I shouted at Marlon, I went, "Go on, Marlon," the reaction leads me to believe that he might
You say he's the next manager.
But no,
I may just...
Not that. It leads me to believe he might be listening to the podcast.
He has to be.
Because that reaction was like a reaction of he knows.
It was an instant reaction.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Sorry, none of that from yesterday, by the way. We didn't have one. But leads me to believe that he knows it's a joke.
Big Marlon.
So, I don't know. Maybe he listens, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But, yeah, it was great, man. It was great. But no, Bez. Yeah, I love Bez. But honestly, I thought massive win, massive performance. I called that a proper big team performance. And there was something that really stood out for me yesterday. Was I looked at that performance yesterday, and there seems to be a real feel of momentum at the minute, right? We've deployed this 3-5-2, and it's got us back winning games and playing to that top League One level again, right? But it really feels like players are now within their roles and they're performing within their roles, you know. And I had a look at that performance yesterday. You have a look at the performances across the pitch, you know, right from Phil in goal to Jasper, who was excellent again, to Luther, to Goody, to Pidge, who was brilliant, to Saxon, who were brilliant again yesterday. Like there's players, Dan Phillips again, Jamie Reid, Matty Phillips. It's like we've got players in these roles within this system, and every game, every week, they're playing brilliantly, and that's what it really felt like to me yesterday. It was a performance where players have had games in these roles now, and they're getting better and they're performing, and it was just brilliant. I mean, Luca, mate, what a win! And again, huge for Jamie Reid as well. He's got another goal, a brilliant goal as well. The way he gets off the shoulder, cuts in, typical Reedy goal, slots it underneath. Yeah, it was a huge win, mate, wasn't it?
Oh, confident Jamie Reid is an amazing goal scorer and such an asset to the team. I think, honestly, when on form and when confident, one of the best in the league still, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I mean, I called the win season defining again.
Yeah.
I honestly think, because I think we always talk about it. We always talk about how this team has evolved in terms of formation and in terms of finding the 11 and finding the team. Because at the start of the season, we had that fantastic spell where 8 from 10, we're top of the table, how many times we were, but we get found out. And that's fair, that happens. And it did happen. And it was something that we had to recover from, but we did recover from. And we went through that torrid spell, but we've come out the other side and we've evolved and we've adapted. So to find that new 3-5-2 system is brilliant. But what's so brilliant about this win is that it's your bread and butter performance, isn't it? It's your gritty dogfight 90-minute performance where you need your players like Carl Piergiani, Dan Phillips, your Saxon Earleys, your Lewis Freestones when they're there, they're Jasper Pattendons, those type of players that put in the grit, that type of performance where they're just working hard to secure the win, to secure the performance. And you know, when you've had such brilliant wins against Stockport, you know, at home, when you've been having runs like that, wins like that, to go away from home at a 1-0, where it's 90 minutes of hard work, a moment of quality with the goal, and then you're just solid and you see it out like we did. It was nervy at the end, but we see it out like we did.
It's what the top teams do, don't they?
Exactly.
They find a way to win those games.
Exactly. And yeah, I honestly think, as I've told you so many times, we are at our best when literally everything works. Everything seems to work with each other. Mm. You know, the manager's got confidence in his system, in his selection, in his starting 11. You've now got every single player, you know if they're going to play or not. You know what position they're going to play. You know what system we're going to play. And, you know, I think it was brilliant when we were flexible in formation, but we're also brilliant when we've got a set formation that works, because that formation works in every single fixture. And that's brilliant to have. And then I want to touch on the front two, the front pair, the League One strike partnership that we've now found that, as you said, is the final piece that we were missing.
Yeah.
And it's that thing that I think in recent seasons we've always missed that. We've always missed that. And you now look at it and you go, we've got confidence in this front pair. And it's because of Matt Phillips, because what a signing. Honestly, one of the signings of the season, no doubt, based on not just the impact he brings, but it's the impact he brings on other players that is really understated. Jamie Reid especially, because I think Reid's had a superb season in my mind.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the amount of times he is scrutinised by fans for work rate, for his performance, to deliver everything for the front line, and he just can't do it sometimes because he hates playing as a lone 9. And you just need to pair him with a big physical nine. Like, I mean, when we had Gas, I mean,
Yeah, that period we started winning games, he scored.
obviously there's a gap in quality, but
Yeah.
he's still that player, isn't he?
But if you look at Reedy, right, and you look at Reedy's career with us, like this season as well, he always scores goals in a partnership. He always does. And you're right, Luca, right? Because at the start of the season, obviously, he scored all those goals in the opening 4 games, right? I think he scored like 4 and 4 or 5 in 4. It was something, right? No, it was, what was it? Was it 4 in 5 or something like that, right? But that period where, you know, we evolved the system when we beat Peterborough and got that point at Wigan, he was playing him in a pair with the Gas, who isn't a League One level striker, really. Let's be completely honest. He was still playing really well and scoring goals. So now that he's in a partnership with someone of the caliber of Matt Phillips, he's going to score goals every other game.
The thing is though, like Jamie Reid is really, he's so disrespected and undervalued, I think, by fans.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
it's unbelievable, isn't it?
I think people who, yes, he's inconsistent. Of course he is. When he has poor games, he has really poor games. There's no hiding from that. But the amount of stuff he's done for us, honestly, and season in, season out, he's still bringing up tallies of near double figures in a season. And I think people who slate him just really don't understand this situation as a striker. Because, of course, in terms of his style as a striker, he is very selective. If he's not playing in his favoured role, he struggles to a point. But if you play him in a strike partnership, he's brilliant because he's allowed to. Now he's got that pressure off him of not having to provide all the work rate. Because as a lone 9 in our team, you have to be doing the work rate and you have to be doing all of it and you have to be battling against 2 huge centre-halves. And that isn't what Jamie Reid should be doing. He should have that big physical striker like Matt Phillips that is going to do the work for him. And as you say, Anne, he's got that intelligence as well, Matt Phillips, in movement that allows Jamie Reid to play his game. Matt Phillips basically facilitates Jamie Reid's game. And that's huge. It's absolutely huge because Matt Phillips allows Jamie Reid to play at his best. And a Jamie Reid at his best is amazing for us.
I think the proof of that as well is the past few matches, right? Because let's take a look at the goal scorers. Jamie Reid, Matty Phillips. I know it wasn't given to Jamie Reid last week, although he kind of got somewhat near a foot to it. But there's proof now over the past few matches that these two are scoring goals, getting assists together, right? And I agree with you, Luca. I think Jamie Reid gets so much unfair
so much, yeah.
To the point, actually, I'm going to say this. I think our fan base, not all of the fans, some of the fans are an utter disgrace because Jamie Reid is an absolute club legend, right? Not just for the fact that what Reedy has done since he's been at the club. I think this season, he's been brilliant. And I think he's been really unlucky in the fact where he was being deployed in a system as a number 9, which you said, Luca. He's not a low number 9, right? You see Jamie Reid score goals and perform brilliantly in partnerships, right? We even see it with the blooming Gas, who is pony, right? And even Reedy in that partnership was playing really well and having chances of scoring goals over that period, right? But Jamie Reid works so hard. Like, I remember at the start of the season, he was unbelievable. He scored 4 goals in 5. He was wonderful. But in that period from Stockport to 3 weeks ago, that period where he was being played as a number 9, he was working so hard. Like the work rate in games, the running, he worked so hard that he still did create certain chances for himself. But there were just certain games where he didn't take his chances, like Northampton away, when he cut inside and keeping the beat and he put it over. And do you know what I mean? I think Reedy is brilliant. And I'm with you. I think with Matt Phillips, and I think we saw it at Burton, he's been absolutely brilliant because he's able to do the things that Jamie Reid does really well, running off the shoulder, getting in behind, drawing fouls, creating his own chances and goals. That's what Reedy does so well in this league, at this level. And I think Matt Phillips has been a massive part of his improvement in performances by being in a pair with him. So
Right.
yeah, it was a lovely goal as well. The way he just cut inside and slipped the keeper, it was such a
Yeah.
genuine goal. Yeah, I love Reedy. I love it, and do you know what? I love his family too. I think his family are great, and knows them as well. They're great.
Yeah.
I love all of them. Like,
I've got a question, right?
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
given the fact that Revs worked with Evans and Rayner and saw them get the best out of Reedy working in a pair alongside Nozza, Danny Rose, and the likes, right? Why? Admittedly, we didn't have the personnel, but we could have maybe facilitated it with Jordan Roberts. Why, for however many weeks, did he persist with Jamie Reid as a sole number 9 when he knows that Reedy works best in a pair? He
do you know
literally saw
what?
it under Evans.
Do you know what? Yeah, no. And by the way, Anne, I completely agree with you. By the way, no, do you know? I think it was. I think this season it was obviously very clear that in the summer we were going to play a certain way with a certain identity and a certain shape, right? The 4-2-3-1. And I think Revs this season wanted wingers and width. And I think he felt with Reedy through the middle, with real attacking quality out wide and in the 10 with Kempy, that we'd see Reedy score loads of goals. And he did right at the start of the season. He scored like 4 in 4, 4 in 5, or whatever it was, right? But as the games have gone on and the season's gone on, you've seen you need Reedy in a partnership. And actually, those wide players that were signed, Phoenix, Chem, etc., they've now been moved away because we've gone through a different system to try and get Reedy in a partnership. So I think it was a case of, I think Revs had a certain identity and a way to play, but as the season's gone and it's been very clear that you need to evolve and play a different system to allow Reedy to score goals. And I think that's been cool.
What are your thoughts on those creative players that have kind of been sidelined? Because I know that there is so many positives to how we are playing and how our system is at the moment, but I do feel that is the big negative for me.
I think with that, I think what should be done, look, obviously, we have to keep going with the 3-5-2 at the minute.
Yeah.
Like, this is the system that we've deployed to get us playing that top League One level again and picking up points and doing the amazing things we're doing, right? And they don't necessarily fit that system because you don't really play with wingers, you play with wing backs, right? But
yeah.
I would certainly have them on the bench as alternatives if we do change the system, or even if you don't change the system and you can somehow play him in a 10 role maybe, or put him in a certain positional role, you can do that. But yeah, I think it's a real touchy one because Chem and Phoenix weren't in it again. I mean, Chem was in your way end. Chem was like up behind us, and when he was like with his girlfriend or whatnot.
Yeah.
He went inside.
In games like that, while they're turgid and they're physical, you need a sprinkling of quality on the pitch in the final third. And players like Phoenix and players like Chem, players like Kemp offer you that sprinkle of quality, and they can produce something from not a lot. Now, the way we set up in the 3-5-2 with Phillips in the 10 is fantastic because it allows us to press high up the pitch, win the ball back. But when we win the ball back, and this is with the greatest of respects, Dan Phillips isn't a Dan Kemp. You know, he doesn't go and pick up a pocket of space in between the lines, and the midfielder doesn't know if the defender's marking him, and the defender doesn't know if the midfielder's marking him. So you then have to kind of rely on getting a forward pass into the front two of Jamie Reid and Matt Phillips, who've got an unbelievable connection that we've already discussed. So part of me sits there and goes, it's all well and good playing this 3-5-2, but if there's a game where it's turgid and they're sitting on a low block and we need to get some form of quality on the pitch to try and make something from nothing, because that is what Phoenix can do. We all know that's what Phoenix can do. He can just go, like you look at Exeter at home, the ball into the box for Jordan Roberts to get on the end of. I think it was Burton at home. The second goal, the ball that he puts into the box. It's on a dime. And if you've got someone or a pair of Jamie Reid and Matt Phillips in the box, he would have a field day. He'll find them constantly. And let's not forget something here. Phoenix has played as a right wing back or a left wing back for Fleetwood. He's played that role. So it's not like he can't fit in the system because he can play those positions. He might not be good defensively as what a Jasper or a Luther can offer you. I can understand that and I agree. But he's played as a wing back before. So part of me sits there and goes,
Well, I think,
and if you play with Luther as a right centre half in
yeah,
the three, and you have Phoenix as a right wing back, because let's be honest, Jasper there may come a time where Jasper starts to feel a bit fatigued. You can bring Phoenix on, and what Phoenix can offer you going forward is a great deal. And what Luther can cover. Goody, do you know what I mean? That's the beauty of having three centre halves. If Phoenix goes, Luther just covers. And then if Luther pushes up, Goody can come across and cover, and then Sachs and Pidge just squash in.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not possible to play him,
Yeah.
and I feel really sorry for him because you saw him on Saturday playing two touch with Bez, and he's sitting there going, "Oh, they've paid however much for me," and I'm sitting in the stands again, and I'm doing
Yeah.
these suicide runs, and you could see it in his face that he looks pissed off. Chem looks pissed off sitting in the stands. And it's
Yeah.
understandable. So they must have been coming, right, lads, you're going to be playing week in, week out, playing wingers, get at the defenders, cross the ball in the box, get inside, score loads of goals.
I
And
think
now it's like, oh no, as soon as we change our system, they can't fit.
I think
Sorry,
the
but
way that
you
they will
change your
be,
system
yeah.
to fit your best players. You
I
just
think
do.
I think the way that it's a really tricky one because again the 3-5-2 we have to stick with, right? We have to. We've deployed it. It's got Reedy in a partnership. It's got us winning games, and unfortunately, those lads don't fit in that system because they're natural wingers. So in my mind, it's like the way that they should be used. I agree with they shouldn't just be hooked out the squad. I think what should happen, okay, if you're going to play 3-5-2, which we have to at the minute, right? Because it's allowed us to start winning games regularly with the personnel we've got. I would have them as an option off the bench, and I think the way that you play those players is if you need a goal in a game, or you have a change in system, and then you can bring those players in because at the minute they're not going to suit in that 3-5-2. And it's tough, isn't it? Because Phoenix is such a talented player, and so is Chem. So to not have them in the squad, you're thinking, wow. But then I do see it from Revs' point of view as well, because we've gone with this 3-5-2 and they don't suit it. And it's a tough one. It's a tough
The thing though, it's a big dilemma, isn't it? It's a huge dilemma because you have to stay with the 3-5-2. But on the other hand, if you bring these players in the summer, yes, I've said this before. You are saying as a manager that you are going to accommodate these players in any system that you deploy, because you're spending this amount of money, 200 grand for Phoenix, a permanent deal for Chem Campbell from a Premier League side, Dan Kemp a new contract this year, and a fantastic season last season in terms of goal involvements. So to have those players kind of, just put to the bench just because they don't really fit in the system, I feel like you should kind of know that prior. because
Mm.
I think
I think
it's been a pattern that we've been found out every single season at some point, probably around the December New Year stage. So for me, that formation change was kind of inevitable anyway. So for me, I feel like we're not wasting the talent, but when you bring those players in for the amount of money and you kind of promise those players the game time that kind of matches with the fee that you've paid for them, you go, kind of they've got to be getting more minutes. They've got to have more inclusion in the squad, even if it's just half an hour more or a start, just in a new position we haven't tried. Maybe look at Phoenix. We talked about Phoenix maybe even playing in the 10 position for a game, something like that.
I'd certainly look to use at the minute players like Phoenix and Chem as kind of players that you bring on in a game if you need a goal or you're behind in a game and you need to create a moment, or if you're winning a game. Do you know what I mean? I think you try and get those players in that, I think, but they should certainly, you would certainly like to see them on the bench. Minimum.
I've got a question for you both. In your mind, do you think that the 3-5-2, as good as it is too defensive and too cautionary that it could be?
I think what I do love about the 3-5-2 is, well, there's a couple of things I love about it. I think it makes you really, really difficult to break down. And if you play the 3-5-2 right, and you get behind the ball, and the other team have the ball, and you go on and break us down, and you sit there in that kind of block of a 3-5-2, it's really effective. And knowing the players that we've got, the real top quality players, the really experienced players like Louis Thompson and Dan Phillips, within that system, it's so good. And again, it allows Jamie Reid to be in a partnership as well. But also, I think there will be games in these last 12 games where we might need to be a bit more expansive and a bit more creative. Like, for example, when we play some of the top teams, 1,000,000%, I think you just keep playing this system, right? But there might be some of those games where you might have to try and play a bit.
As you say, and a bit more quality, a bit more expansive nature. You need it.
Yeah. And that's where I think you could deploy other systems where you would then therefore see some of those creative players in the side. But I think for me at the minute, I just think the 3-5-2 is so effective at the minute. I think it'll be what we keep going with, in my opinion. But yeah,
if I'm honest, and we look back over the season, and there's games where let's look at Wimbledon away in the league.
Huge point.
Farley, no.
We're in the league. Come on.
If we pip Reading by 1 point, it could be.
Oh, you didn't think about that one, Anne, did you? What about if we get in by a point? Eh?
It could literally be any one of the 10 draws we've had this
Huge
season.
point at home.
Say we went and won the next 12 games and finished second by a point. Ooh, yeah, the point got us promoted, Anne.
What a fantastic 2-2 draw at home to Burton.
Oh, great point. Doncaster at home. Huge that day. Wigan away. Actually, I thought Wigan away was a top point personally, but
what I'm aiming to get at here is the games where, like, Doncaster at home, Wimbledon away, Plymouth at home, like those games where, like I said, you need that bit of quality, and you chuck Phoenix on for 10, 15 minutes. How's he going to have... you're offering him no time to make an impact in the game. They're the games that you go, chuck him in from the start and let him run at a defender. And then you take him off and you bring Chem on, or you bring maybe not Jordan Roberts, because I think Jordan Roberts is more suited to the 10 role in the 3-5-2. But do you know what I mean? Like, there's moments where you look at it and you go, this game is screaming for Phoenix. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tuesday is another game where you go, Phoenix Patterson should really be on this pitch because he'll just go bang, 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 and it will unlock a defence.
Well,
So I can imagine Ori will
yeah.
want to try and come in, be compact, try and nick a result from the game, get themselves going away from the bottom four. So you're looking at it going, you're leaving one of the most creative individuals in the league out of a matchday squad, and a player that we've also paid a lot of money for. What I'm going to say now might people might go, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," and that's fair enough. But if Phoenix goes and he goes to say, I don't know, for example, Stockport. He might not go there. He might. We don't know. But if he goes to Stockport and then goes and plays in the Championship and progresses on with his career, like I think his trajectory and his ceiling can allow him to go to the top end of the Championship, potentially bottom end of the Premier League. He can be that good on his day. We're gonna sit there and go, we've let a real good one go. And ultimately, what we're doing is by not playing him and not putting him in that shop window for clubs to see, his value is decreasing. We'll make a loss probably if we do sell things. We'll make a loss, which isn't good for the business. So, I look at it at the sort of point of view from fans going, we need someone with a bit of quality to go bang. And then I also look at it at the business side going, currently his value's decreasing because he's not playing, he's not getting his assists, he's not getting goals like he was at Fleetwood, which made us go and pay 200 grand for him. And then and then we sell him for however much, and we lose money, and then he goes and progresses, and we all sit there and go, oh,
It must
oh,
be. It must be a training thing. It has to be. There's no way that
yeah, but
he's just leaving him out the
Well,
squad.
there's no way. On with greatest respects to him, there's no way, like especially Northampton away, that he picks the Bears over Phoenix in a
no,
match day
Yeah,
squad.
there
that's
must
my
be.
point.
There must be more to it than I think meets the eye. I think.
There has to be something that's gone on behind closed
Yeah.
doors that's not
I mean,
come out yet.
who knows? I mean, look, because we don't see what goes on at Bragg. I'm assuming what it is it's either one or two things. It's one, he just doesn't suit the system, right? Which it probably is, to be fair, because
But you'd know that prior, wouldn't you?
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because in the three
but
five two, you don't play with wingers, you play with wing backs, and just Phoenix doesn't suit unless he plays a wing back role, which he's done right. Or two, it has to be in training. It has to be either he doesn't work hard enough or um, he's not one of the better performing players. It has to be because to be out the squad, like not on the bench, but out the squad, it has to be. Like, for example, he was doing a little fitness test. I know that's what a lot of players do when they're not in the squad. They get you to do a workout so that you've had a session. But he was doing a fitness session on Saturday. So I don't know if there's something else that's going on outside the. That's why I think it probably is because I think all right, we've got the 3-5-2, especially in these last 12 games where there might be games where you need that bit of creative quality from Phoenix. I'd have him on the bench and I'd bring him on in a game, a specific type of game. I think that's the way you get them in at the minute because, again, I get why they're not in within that 3-5-2. But that's what I would try to do rather than out the squad of, like every game.
yeah, but if he doesn't play, he loses his match sharpness. So then things that when he's playing regularly, and when he did go through that phase of where he played regularly, you saw how quick he was with how good he was with the ball at his feet. As soon as you stop playing, and we saw it with Jasper at Wickham away, hadn't played for a few weeks, and we saw how he just lacked the match sharpness, the match awareness. So then you're asking Phoenix to come in with maybe 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes to go, or whatever it might be, and go and get us a goal. And he's sitting there going, hang on a minute. Well, I can probably create you something. But
So
then if you
what?
then go and take Jamie Reid and Matt Phillips off the pitch and you bring on Jordan Robertson the Bez, with all due respect, who's more likely out of those two partnerships to get you a goal? Jamie Reid and Matt Phillips, and they're probably going to be off the pitch. So then you're looking at him going, he's looking at it going, well, I haven't got anyone to target in the box.
So what you're telling me is that when we played Doncaster away, which is our last away match of the season, the Stevenage football team League One stag do, that Phoenix is going to come on cut inside and score the winner to secure us a third place finish in a playoff position. I'm backing it. We're in the League One playoff, Fraser. Come on.
Literally nothing what I've said.
I get your point. It's a good discussion, though, because, yeah, we want to see Phoenix back in the squad and you want to see those players back in the squad. I think it's difficult given the system at the minute. But no.
What do you...
Sorry, go on, Luke.
What do you think on Kempy's situation at the moment?
Pretty similar.
That's a big thing for me.
Yeah, pretty similar as Phoenix. Obviously, Kempy's on the bench a lot more. I think it's difficult with Kempy because, again, I think you would like to see Kempy in that 10 behind Reedy and Matty Phillips, which I'd like to see if we can see in his last 12. But it's difficult, isn't it? Because he likes the 3, likes Louis. Well, Louis Thompson has to play. And then you've got Harv, and then he likes putting Dan Phillips in that kind of 10 role to go and press high and win the ball back and force mistakes, as Dan Phillips has been doing brilliantly over these past kind of block of games. So it's really difficult, isn't it, at the minute? I think Kempy will eventually get back in for a game soon in that.
I just think it goes alongside your point, Alan, where he just isn't being given enough time to impact games when he comes on.
Yeah, he's going to be like the 92nd minute.
He's got to be integrated into the system, and I think it's alongside what is Phoenix's situation. I feel like I think Kempy's impact he's had on recent games has been really good. I think when he's came on, especially in games we've been trailing, I look at Wickham away, he had an instant impact, and it's because he gets the ball down and he starts playing it, and I just think, especially the quality he showed last season, I think just that technical ability, it's what you talk about. It's that moment of quality that he's one of those players that can just provide that. And I feel like we prioritise, as a club, as a team, as a probably manager as well, that Ravel does, he prioritises hard work and giving 100% for the cause, for the team. And as well as that's brilliant, and you want that from every single player. But I feel like the thing that we lack is that it is okay sometimes to have that one player that doesn't follow that. That player that is creative, that player that is maybe not doing as much work, but that kind of, they're allowed to do that because of the quality they provide and the amount of output they give to the team going forward as well, which I feel like sometimes we might need if we're being too defensive, or that we need to be scoring more goals maybe, or we need to be creating more chances. I think lately it's been different because I think the system's been working so well. But when it doesn't work, and when you go through another run of needing to win a game, needing to create chances, you've got to not prioritise it 100%. You've got to have that creative output in your team as well, even if it's just one player. And for me, we could do that more often, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think, look, they're Phoenix, Kempy, they're wonderful players at this level. We know that, right? And look, I think for me, again, it's just down to the complete situation of the system that we're playing. And if it was a different system, you would probably see those players in a lot more. But because we're playing 3-5-2, and I think as well, boys, I think this comes down to it as well. There's been some really big performances from a lot of these players in this system. When you look at Dan Phillips, how brilliant Dan Phillips has been in that role. We've had some big performances in this team. And I think it's difficult at the minute in terms of getting those players in because there's been some big performances. Now, where I do agree with you boys is there are games where you would like to see those players in, creating chances, in however he gets them in within a system, right? I think your Phoenixes and your Kempys at the minute should be used as players that come on in games where you need a goal or you need to create a moment or create a chance for your team with 30 minutes to go. Or I think that's the way that you try and get them in at the minute. And then, as Anne said, if you're playing a team like an Orient Tuesday, maybe that's a game that you can start Dan Kemp in. Getting back in that 10, getting behind Matty Phillips and Reedy. Those games, the games where you can play those players. Okay, when you play your Lincolns and you play your Bradfords and you play your Boltons, who we've got coming up who are massive games, you go with that 3-5-2 and you keep the personnel.
I mean, imagine Dan Kemp sitting behind Matt Phillips and Jamie Reid at the
That's
moment.
my point. That's my point. Right? So I think when we play, those real top teams along with us, you really want to focus on that 3-5-2, playing that system, doing what we do so well with the personnel we've got. But then when you play teams like, Doncaster, Wigan, Orient that we've got coming up, maybe they're games that you do get those players in. But to conclude it, boys, huge win yesterday. It was great. And we're there. We're there. Go on, and last thing, we need to move on.
Could you ever imagine Phoenix Patterson playing in a 10, the nightmare that it would cause for the opposition?
That'd be interesting. I'd like to see it.
I would pay good money to watch that.
Would be interesting. Let's look ahead, boys. The league table. Come on. Oh, go on, boys. Look at that league table. Incredible. We're going to quickly go through the league table and then look ahead because we have got some massive games coming up and we are in the League One playoff race after that humongous 1-0 win away at Burton. The league table at the minute, we'll go from bottom to top. Bottom 4 is Port Vale, Northampton, Rotherham and Leyton Orient, who we play Tuesday. 20th to mid-table, Blackpool, Wigan, Doncaster, Burton, Mansfield, Exeter, Wimbledon, Peterborough and Barnsley. 11th up to 7th, Luton, Plymouth, Wickham and our team nestled in there, 8th place, 54 points. Reading are 7th with 54 points. And the top 6, Huddersfield, Stockport, Bradford, Bolton, Cardiff and Lincoln City are now top of the league. Boys, we're 1 point from the League One playoffs. We are now confirmed in the League One playoff race. Unbelievable. I'm just, do you know what it is? I'm just so proud that, in the summer when we wanted to create and become a top half League One team, it's all gone to plan. Like I was thinking this earlier, right? Like, how gutted would we have been, like, if we created and put together this top half League One team, and it didn't go to plan, and we were in the bottom half, and I'm so happy that we're going to achieve that. Like, if you look at the gap to 12th, I think we've got what is it? It's a 7-point gap to 12th, which is over the halfway mark. Like, we're going to achieve it, and then you've got that kind of marker for next season to go on and kick on and be around that position and maybe even be more competitive. But it's brilliant. A point off, a win Tuesday puts us 5th place. Really quickly, before we come on to Orient and Wimbledon and the last 12, what are we feeling about it, boys? We're in it. We're a point off, a win off 5th. I just feel like with our squad and with our team and what we've seen this season, what we saw from August all the way up to December and recently, I just really feel like we belong in that top 6 now that we have the personnel with Jamie Reid in the final third. And I just really feel that we're the front runner to go on and get in the playoffs. I don't know what you boys think, but I just think we are.
I don't know about you, but you call us front runners. I think these are the games to prove that we are the front runners.
Well, you win them both, right? Oh my God.
Because I'm not being funny, we are the teams. We are the team. If you look at the situation, you look at the league table, we are the team in the most favourable position in terms of games in hand, in terms of the fixtures that we've got as well. So
it's happening, boys.
Exactly. Like I think these 2 home games, you win them both. We're kind of making ourselves the favourites, aren't we? We're kind of proving that we belong there. We're proving that we want to be the team that takes advantage of this really unpredictable league this season. And I think that's the bottom line. I think this is the opportunity that we might not get again this season. We might not get this opportunity for a long time again. So,
honestly, I really feel now that we've started winning games again in this new system, we've come out that run of bad form, winning games, because that's what this team does so well and has done so well this season. Look at the start of the season. They win and win again and win again. Like they don't win and draw and then win. They go win, win, win. That's what the real top teams do. Have the ability to put back-to-back wins together like that. And
you imagine fifth with 11 to go.
Oh, it'd be unreal. Honestly,
unreal.
If we win Tuesday and go fifth, I'll be in tears. And that is no lie.
You said that after Saturday and there was no tears.
I was in the car, actually, on the way back.
Were you really?
I was.
Where was the Farley reaction?
Yeah, so basically, there was no reaction videos because I had a party to go to and it was literally I had to be there at a certain time. So I was driving Owen, me and Owen. I was like, oh, man, I got no time to do it. Let's just go. So I was like, don't worry, we'll do one for Tuesday. I'm buzzing. I'm happy. We'll hold the Farley reaction video until Tuesday when we go fifth. And it's like even more, Come on, let's talk about it, boys. Fifth place if we win Tuesday. So, oh my God, 12 matches to play. We're in the League One playoff race, most importantly. So, Orient and Wimbledon. Obviously, we've got Plymouth next Tuesday, which is the final 10. Actually, do you know what we're going to do? Next week, we're going to do a running pod where we look at our last 10. We look at Wickham's, Readings, Huddersfield's. We go through the lot. I think we'll do that next week. But Orient and Wimbledon. I mean, we just said it there. It's an opportunity. And I think a humongous opportunity. If we win Tuesday, fifth place, you go back in that top six after those couple of months that we've had, with winning games, with momentum, a new system within this, new system that we've deployed with the personnel, with Matty Phillips in the side, up top with Jamie Reid now. You really get a sense that we're going to go on and that we're going to do it. What a game Tuesday at Leyton Orient at home. What an opportunity to win and go into fifth place. It's our game in hand. I do believe Reading are playing as well, but on a lot of these teams, it's our game in hand. I mean, boys, look, I think for me in this game, from the very first kick, you go at this game and you put Leyton Orient away. In my opinion, you go at the game, you manage it, don't get me wrong, but you want to really go ahead in the game. Don't give Leyton Orient a sniff, go ahead in the game, put them to the sword and go and win this game. And all right, I know Wimbledon's a little bit more of a difficult game. I think Wimbledon away from home aren't actually a bad side. They won today as well at home. But really, this game Tuesday night, you go, you win again. You have 3 wins in a row, it would be huge. 5 wins in 6, back into the top 6 with 11 to play. Huge game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's keep defining the expectations. Yeah. Let's keep defining the expectations. Let's keep doing it.
I agree. I think it's absolutely huge. And look, no doubt, I think it'll be the 3-5-2 again on Tuesday night. It'll be interesting to see who starts again. I just really feel like, again, we know we're of this level. We know we belong in that top 6 because of the things that we've seen this season and the things that we've achieved. And I just think we'll get back in there. I really, really do. I mean, I hate to say it, right? If we win Tuesday, we go 5th. We're 4 points off Bradford. I mean, we're in it.
Yeah, but you are realising that we have this. This is all possible on the basis that results also go our way.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know Reading play on Tuesday.
Well, wasn't it win Tuesday? It's minimum 6th.
Yeah.
We will be in the playoffs.
We'll be in the playoffs.
We'll be in the playoffs. But this is going to sound like I'm being negative. I don't think it's negative. I think it's just being a bit more realistic in a sense. We can absolutely get the playoffs. We can. But there's just something that tells me that there will be another Barnsley or Wickham or Northampton, Exeter type performance still to come within the last 12 games. I just feel like there's still that possibility that there's going to... Farley, I can see your finger.
I'm
Right.
waggling it at you, Ants.
You know what it is though. I think it's different because you look at our games. I think we've got loads of home games left. I think we're playing teams that kind of down the table. We've kind of got through that period of tough games against big teams. I feel like it's all working in our favour for
Well,
some
let's
reason.
look at it, right? And I agree. I think it's different because when we were, playing the Exeters and the Barnsleys, number one, we didn't have the personnel in the final third with Jamie Reid. And number two, we were playing the wrong system. So I think now that we're playing the right system and we've got the personnel in the final third, I think we'll continuously win games. And we're proving it. I mean, we've won 4 in 5, haven't we? But let's look at it, right? Orient, Wimbledon, Plymouth, Reading, Bolton if it goes ahead. I don't know if that one is or not. Rotherham, Blackpool, Bradford, Lincoln, Barnsley, Doncaster and Wigan. I mean, I'm not being funny. We play 4 of the top teams. And that's it. 8 of them are all sides mid-table and below. I mean, knowing the level of our squad and what we created in the summer of being that, top half League One team, it's a great opportunity. I mean, the fixture list is really favourable. And the fact that we're now winning games, dominating games, you really get a feel that this is an unbelievable opportunity for us to get in there. I really believe it is. Don't get me wrong, look, all the games are going to be difficult. We know when you get to the back end, all the games are tough, right? But knowing the level that we are, knowing what we saw, all the way up to November and December, we know the level of the squad that we created for this season. I think we're in a great opportunity. I really do. But again, let's win Tuesday. Really big one. That doesn't matter how you win it. Get a win. 3 in a row into 5th or 6th. Unbelievable. Predictions really quickly before we come to the end. And I don't know. I know that you left early last week, but we didn't actually get your prediction.
I was going to say 1-0 Borough, Jamie reading about the
Oh,
44th
of course
minute.
it was. So basically, and what we'll do is we'll give you 2 points because you didn't.
I did have to shoot off. I had training to attend to, so apologies on that.
Luca got the prediction bang on with 1-0. I went for 2-0, so I got half a prediction. So I'm on 24 points, and is on 24 points, and Luca is on 28. So Luca is ahead by 4. Now, Orient, Luca went 1-0 and opted for the Bez to score the winner.
Were you feeling all right in this moment, Luca, or did something come over you?
I don't think I was. I don't think I was.
No, understandably so.
I agree with Luca, I do. I went 3-1 and Jamie Reid as my goal scorer. Really quickly, Anne, I want to get your prediction so that we don't miss out.
I'm going 2-0 on Tuesday night.
2-0. And are you going to pick a goal scorer for a bonus point?
No, are we doing that as well now?
We're implementing.
Oh. Jamie Reid might get 1.
Really? Okay. And your prediction against Wimbledon?
They're quite handy. Maybe a 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Nice. All right, we've got Anne's predictions for the next 2, and then we'll get yours for Plymouth next weekend. Bye, fans. Please send us your predictions. I know that a few of you have. Have we missed anything, boys? Have we covered it all?
I did notice I had a question come through from Rich.
Yeah, go for it. We'll answer Rich.
Hang on, let me try and find it first.
5 minutes to go. We can answer Rich's question.
Oh yeah, this was sectioned deliberately for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or for
specific, just for me.
Oh.
Yeah. He basically went, basically has asked if I think we're in the playoff race.
Oh.
And I have already answered it. I think we're in the race, whether we make playoffs or not, ask me after Wimbledon.
Let's just say it, right? We are in the League One playoff race. We are. We're
Yeah.
No,
Tuesday.
I agree with that. I agree we're in the race. Ask me after Wimbledon if we can make the
I know,
playoffs.
but if we are 1 point off the playoffs with games in hand, with 12 to play, you're in the playoff race. Like, win Tuesday, we go fifth. I'm getting goosebumps speaking about this right now. I'm going to be honest. If I honestly think, knowing the level of this squad and what we created in the summer, I think there's a great opportunity, not just to finish in the playoffs, but to potentially even get fourth. And those, I really do.
Hit Lincoln.
God, what, win the league? Can we still do that? Well, we can actually, can't we? 36
Harley, let's have a bit of realism on here. We're not winning the league.
That was me, in honesty.
Luca, you're meant to be helping me out here with some sensible. Hang on a minute. We've not done the idiot of the week.
Quickly,
it is a good way to end the pod.
End it.
Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
Strap yourselves in.
Yeah.
Max Melbourne.
Oh, what a left-footed wand.
No.
Great player.
Is that Morecambe's finest?
Yeah, great player. Great player. I love that. Max Melbourne. We've got from Max Melbourne to Saxon early.
Max Melbourne would fit in this 3-5-2.
Max Melbourne and Lewis Freestone. Yeah, he probably would, actually. Probably would. Love that end of the week. Can I just throw something in there, actually?
This would be good.
Undoubtedly. And so I like this. Tuesday night against Orient. The referee is Charles Breakspear.
I'm not going. I'm actually. Why? How is he still in the EFL? Someone has to sack him, surely. He's awful.
Oh, no.
At least it's not Drysdale.
Well, that's true.
I'd actually prefer Drysdale because he's got a bit about him, but Breakspear thinks he's got small man syndrome.
He's the rep.
It's going to be suicide football with him in charge.
It'll be terrorist football as it's.
Richie Wellens has done something. I reckon.
It's going to be great, isn't it? Kick it, head it, tackle it. We'll nick it 1-0. Sweendog will come on and score the winner to put us fifth with 11 to play. Wellens will get fired. Fist bumps again from Revs. It'll be unbelievable. He'll have Beresford on his knees. It'll be great. It'll be great. Boys, I think we'll call it a day. I've been going about an hour and a half. Bar fans, thank you so much for tuning in. We are in the race, so we are in the race. We are in the race, so we are in the race. You are? Oh, I'm so happy. What a team. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to season 7, episode 46. It's happening, guys. It's titled. We'll be back on Sunday. Oh, no, actually, no, we'll do another one in the week. We'll be back after or reacting to hopefully a massive winner, put us fifth and in the top 6. And then we'll be looking ahead to Wimbledon on Saturday. Guys, stay tuned for all the content this week. We will have the instant reaction back on Tuesday nights because we didn't have time to do it after the big win on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for all the content, and we'll be back after that humongous game against Orient with the final 11 left in the League One playoff race. Make sure to give us a follow and a like and a subscribe on YouTube and on the Audibles. And guys, have a fantastic week. We'll see you after the big game against Orient. Thank you for tuning in. At this time, guys, as always, you've been listening and watching the Stevenage Football Club podcast.